Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, January 27th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I pay my attention to my vibration. From there, I want to remind us we are electrical in nature. We are always giving off impulses into the universe. I've got Lala climbing onto my lap right now. Aw, my co-hostess with the mostest. And from there as well, I also go into, I am vibrational currency. You are vibrational currency of the universe. How are you paying, feeding into yourself and into the universe? And this is what we want to look at as we approach and have our new moon in Aquarius happening today. Didn't even look at the time. 4:07 p.m. Pacific time. It is happening at 8 degrees. We know 8 degrees to be that Saturn degree, that degree of how are you showing up. And it's also that degree of infinity. It's that 8 infinity shape, which is like as above, so below. So how are you showing up? How are you paying your attention? We want to work into that. Before we have that, we have the moon shifting into Aquarius, bringing us into those final lessons of the dark of the moon. And between the moon finishing up the dark of the moon, approaching this new moon energy, and Mars finishing up in Pisces today. Mars is at 29 degrees Pisces, so that all-important degree. It's the final degree of the zodiac. So it's like 29 degrees Pisces to me encompasses everything from 0 degree Aries all the way through Pisces. So there's so many lessons that can come of this that are asking to be shown. And you know, if I look at the world and just look at what's going on with people, encompassing that whole zodiac, and in this dark of the moon, there's a lot of potential shadows, a lot of potential karmic energies that could come up today as we build to this new moon energy. So show up for those. Part of your paying attention is paying attention to those things that have not been conscious and making them conscious and then working with them, alchemizing them. We learned that practice of alchemy during Sun in Sagittarius. How do I find the gold in this? Where does this really come from? What is this showing me about myself? What is this showing me about the world? And so you have that potential to work with that. Also helping us, we have Venus today squaring Saturn. So we had Venus in conjunct Jupiter, and we had Venus working with Chiron this week. So Venus has been making many connections in her process going through the sign of Pisces. So this Venus square Saturn, 26 degrees, it's finding that balance. And so this to me is like another lesson in that divine order. And it's another lesson in as much as you never know enough to say that you know all. And so letting go of any of these beliefs, again, about your worth, about these shadows, about these things that may be coming up that you're having to look at within yourself. And I know I've been talking about this message because I think out of like everything there is, this is the most important message. I think that if we could all be really conscious about who we are and how we're showing up and where we are not at peace within ourselves, I think that if we could shift that and come to find true peace within ourselves, that's when we're going to find peace in the world. But as long as there are these shadows, these things that we're hiding, these things that are unconscious within us, it's like having a volcano, an active volcano within yourself. And so it's like you got to get conscious of these things. You got to tend to your volcanoes, just like in The Little Prince. And we've all got it. It's not a shameful thing. We have these shadows, whether from the experience we've gathered in this life or past lives or ancestral stuff. It's all in there, and it's all there to be worked through. We came here to live these lessons. We came here to make life. We came here to make everything conscious. So keep doing that work. Keep paying your attention to that. And that reminds me, in this Venus square Saturn energy and this dark of the moon building to this new moon, and Mars finishing up in Aries, or finishing up in Pisces, moving into Aries. It's a quote. I don't know who says it. I think I heard Dr. Wayne Dyer say it, but I don't think it's his quote. But it's basically, no tree has branches that fight amongst itself. You know, but we, this tree of life, as the humans, are constantly battling against each other. Where is that coming from? What is that motivation? It's time to get into that. Where is that fear coming from? That fear of not enoughness. I think that a lot of the shadow, a lot of the karmic stuff comes from that fear of not having, that fear of not enoughness. And so we're shifting this. We're working through this energy. And with this new moon, we have an opportunity to show up differently. I have the Sabian symbol. And the Sabian symbol for 8 degrees Aquarius is beautifully crowned wax figures on display. And that goes back into the thing, we could be here as little wax figures sitting here perfectly and like, look at me. I am made of wax and I don't move and I just sit here and I'm beautiful. Like Lala. She just sits here and is beautiful. Hard to lift her up high enough. But we're not here to do that. We're here to be messy. We're here to live. We're here to explode our volcanoes and tend to our volcanoes and keep learning and evolving and recognize Uranus, which rules Aquarius energy, is that evolution revolution. We are coming to evolve. So we're evolving these little perfect wax figures that we once attempted to be, and instead we're being real. We're coming into our realness. We're coming into our authenticity. We're liberating ourselves from the wax that has held us back. So this is a really powerful energy. I also wanted to look at, because I think this feeds in really well into the energy, Pisces, 29 degrees, which is where Mars is. Mars, which rules our actions, which rules our desire, which can also rule that aggressive energy. And Pisces, 29 degrees, is light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism. That's our experience. We are this light that passes through this prism and then show up with all of these many colors. We are all a color in the spectrum. And that's why we have to find a way to respect that person's color over there. Even if that color is not your favorite color, it makes up the spectrum. It is one. I've got this card. I've got the Lovers. And I believe in this. I believe in this in the world. I know there's lots of people who like to say, we're not mirrors, we're not reflections, we're not one. I don't think that's true. We are. We are all a part of the soul of the universe, and that soul is love. And this is where we're being asked to return into. And we've got to let go of those ideas that we're not. Let go of the ideas of right doing, wrong doing. Find the light in others. And it's not necessarily a very popular view. I think both sides, all sides of anything that's happening politically or spiritually, it's really easy to point out that person, they're wrong and all that. But if you can find that soul of the universe that's within them and focus on that, there's power in that. And even beyond that, take your focus off the other. Recognize them as love and instead put that focus back on you and be like, okay, where is this mirror? Where is this mirroring healing for me? Then we are going to have a real revolution. We're all going to be the fool. We're going to take it in a new process. I mean, we are. This is happening. We're on the leading edge. It's all shifting. Where are you in this vibrational shift? And where are you maintaining yourself in this vibrational shift? You are responsible for yourself. We went through Capricorn, that responsibility, and here we are. Alchemy, responsibility, and now it's like, where is my vibration? How am I paying into this world in my vibration? So I don't really want to talk about Mars into Aries yet. I think Mars shifting into Aries, we may feel a little bit of that wonkiness. You may feel some of those volcanoes start coming up within you. Be vigilant about your volcanoes. And if you feel that anger, redirect. What is the passion? Where is the passion in me that's igniting this anger? Where can I feed into that passion? But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. For my other card, I wanted to pull a Rumi card. This card is so perfect in this energy. Blood Angel, card 7. In the midst of the darkness, a moon appeared with its brilliance. Stepping down from the clouds, it glanced at me like a falcon that hunts a bird and steals it away, and it captured me and flew me back to infinite space. And as I looked for myself, I could not find me, for my body had become all soul in the tenderness of love. The 9 spheres of heaven dissolved in that moon as the ship of my existence drowned in the sea of love. You are the soul of the universe, and your name is love. All right, so the oracle of the blood angel comes to you with the message you are being given the gift of more life. You may experience this as growth, expansion, revolution, evolution, more energy, more life force, or divine electricity circulating through your system. Divine electricity, how perfect is that? The blood angel understands this gift of greater life, which enables a soul to live more of its essence, becoming more palpable divine presence upon this earth. But still, there are many unavoidable experiences. One of these is that there will be more sunsets to counter the increase of your sunrises. This is about balance. When opening up to receive more, one needs to empty out what has been to allow. Some of these sentences make no sense in my brain, and I'm like looking at this, I'm like, I don't understand the sentence. When opening up to receive more, one needs to empty out what has been. There's missing a comma. That's the problem. To allow for a new influx of energy. We are letting go to bring in the healing. It's not about the exchange of equal measure, for you will receive according to the great generosity of life itself, and even more shall be offered in compensation for what you are willing to release. And this release must take place. Balance is the natural law. The sunset makes way for night, and that might be of darkness, of grief, of the stirring of unknown places within to only reveal themselves in the clarity of the following morning. Be ready to endure the sunset and the night, and become ready to receive the sunrise, and with it more life. That is your divine task now. If you have been struggling with energy levels or with emotional or psychological challenges, which, let me just say, this dark of the moon has been intense for me. Like, I've felt it, and instead of dancing like I wanted to do the other day, universe was like, go to bed, and I was in bed, and I listened, and thankfully I have more energy because I listened instead of fighting it like I usually would, or I try not to, but, the Sagittarius in me. Anyway, back to this. If you have been struggling with energy levels or with emotional or psychological challenges, more so than usual, then you are asked to complete the sacred honoring ritual for the Coke of the Christ Oracle after you have completed the ritual for the Blood Angel. I don't know what the Code of the Christ one is, but we'll do the Blood Angel one. The reason for this is that your energy, as you're going through this growth and opening, can be unstable, more porous or vulnerable than usual. I've personally found this. I found that as an empathetic person, the temperature of this planet right now, the temperature of the energy of people, I'm really feeling it personally. This is not something to be concerned about, but you will benefit from spiritual protection during this time, and these rituals will assist you in gaining additional spiritual protection. All right, so let's look at the sacred honoring ritual. Say, Blood Angel of unconditional life, divine love, bless me with the life force I need to attain my divine destiny. I open to your grace with the perfect trust and perfect love, and so be it. And then close your eyes and notice your breath, and imagine or intend that you can sense the blood moving in and through your veins. So much life abounds in your body-soul. And then in your own time, open your eyes, and you have completed that honoring ritual, honoring your vibration, honoring the electricity that you offer the world. So that's it for this. This is a powerful new moon. I kept calling it a new moon eclipse. It is not an eclipse, but when I was working with clients, I was like, the eclipse, not an eclipse, but it's prepping us for eclipses, which are coming up next. The next moon is going to be an eclipse moon. So tend to yourself, plant your seeds, don't unravel yourself, but really pay your attention to your currency, to your vibration. That's it for today. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.